I just watched IronHeart episode 1 and I'm suing for damages. Brain damages. I wish I could say that IronHeart was mediocre, but god no. Honestly, I'm not even joking. This was maybe the hardest watch I've ever had to endure. I'm sure I'm not the target audience because I think the target audience is like 12-year-old girls.
Parker is sus.
Okay, let's start. Oh, look at that. A little intro to set the tone of the series.
A knife with thorn his hammer. Alright, see now we gotta cut the video.
What the actual fuck? We're 20 seconds in the first episode. What in the 12 plus rating is going on? Yeah, sure, I'd want a 12-year-old watching this. Okay, let's just keep going. Ooh, nice. A monologue about the protagonist.
I need cash. Money.
Alright, something goes wrong with her studies and she gets expelled. But what most amazed me is that after the dean explains how many hoops she jumped through just to keep her there for 4 years, even though she has no interest in graduating, her expression isn't surprise or shock or maybe embarrassment. It kind of looks like disgust.
You're expelling me?
Then she kind of just takes the suit she built and just flies home. Not much to say about that other than she crashes and kind of ruins her suit that took 4 years to build. But that's not important. She'll rebuild it the next day with some scraps she finds around the house. So that's good.
You need like a band-aid or an ice pack? He needs some milk.
Now we see someone robbing what seems like a mansion and oh, Eric Andre. So Eric fumbles the bag and the alarm goes off, but not to worry because the gang has these 2 girls that beat the living daylight out of the guards. Then we see Riri, or Ironhead, catching up with her childhood friend and she's telling him about her goals and ambitions.
I need cash. Money.
I'm not even joking. She's talking about how she needs to find a job that she can steal from. He takes her to see a mural of her dad and his sister since they died in a drive-by shooting and brings up her car that she and her stepdad would work on all the time and asks what happened to it. Now you can guess what happened to it.
I don't have it anymore. I sold it for money.
Dude, she's like Mr. Krabs. What the hell? When they split off, he gives her a mixtape he made for her. And then we see the dog man eating M&Ms and watching her. The next day, she goes to a scrapyard and she's about to ask the clerk about getting the stuff for free. And I guess he just heard everything, even though he just walked in the store like 2 seconds ago. Because he jumps right into the conversation. The shady guy gives her a card and tells her to come join the crew. And so she does. She gets trapped in an elevator first, as a form of a test, I guess. The first thing she does in the elevator is she wraps up her hand and breaks the certificate of inspection about the elevator. Maybe she just hates false advertising since the elevator is currently pumping gas to suffocate her. And the gang's reaction is actually priceless. She punches a framed certificate and they all react like... She gets out and recognizes Eric and drops this line.
Like the Aura X fellow at Rampage on the Tech Makers Discord?
Enchanté.
It's safe to say the gang is not impressed. They must be familiar with what goes on in Discord.
Do you understand why I had to punish you earlier?
Then we get introduced to this guy. They all call him Hood, but we're gonna call him Little Red. Little Red gives her an offer, but she does refuse. Then Dogman, I guess, ender pearls behind her, but she's not really impressed by that. What she is impressed by, though, is obviously... Money! She obviously changes her mind and agrees, but Little Red expects her iron suit with her. You know that iron suit that's back home, took 4 years to build and is now in like 20 pieces? Yeah, that one. She goes home and starts working on the suit, and she starts listening to the mixtape from her friend. But that genius put his dead sister and Riri's dead best friend voicemail like 3 seconds in, which instantly sends her in a PTSD fit.
I'm over here stroking.
We see Dogman. I like how this guy had a 2-second scene with a dog and he's just Dogman to me now. That's how irrelevant these characters are. Okay, we see him tattooing Little Red because we see that he's getting corrupted or possessed by something. Then we get a montage of her rebuilding her suit, and whenever she needs anything, she just kind of opens the same drawer and poof, magically it's just It's just in there. She straps herself to the computer to make an AI, because that's what you do apparently. But since she's using the neighbor's Wi-Fi, the brain mapping which she needs for the AI, for the suit, something, is going to take like 4 hours. She falls asleep while doing it and then is woken up by a hologram of her dead best friend. She kinda just passes out and the episode ends. Alright, let's see what we've learned so far. We know Riri's motivations.
I need cash. Money.
We know that the gang... Actually, we don't really know anything about the gang. And that's about it. That wraps up episode 1. Now, if you're watching this close to the upload, you might have to wait a bit for the next episode. But if not, then click on the right of your screen to watch episode 2. Click it now.
That's a hot pile of garbage. Trash, and you know it.